Dan Preston is best known as the creator of Escape to Rural France, a YouTube channel documenting one of the most ambitious solo chateau restorations on the platform. His story resonates not because of spectacle, but because it reflects patience, skill, and a deep respect for history and craft. Originally from England, Dan spent much of his early adult life working in construction, gardening, and maintenance, honing practical skills and a love for hands-on work that would later shape his YouTube career. Many viewers were first introduced to Dan through the Château Diaries, hosted by Stephanie Jarvis. While working at Château de Lalande, Dan became widely known as Dan the Gardener. He quickly stood out for his calm demeanor, versatility, and ability to fix nearly anything. Whether maintaining the grounds, repairing roofs, or helping with interior renovations, he became a familiar and well-liked figure within the Château community. His dry humor and steady work ethic made him a favorite among viewers. Despite enjoying the collaborative environment at Lalande, Dan had a long-standing desire to build something of his own. That motivation led him to create Escape to Rural France, a channel initially focused on small renovation jobs, off-grid living, and rural French life. His growing interest in larger, more ambitious projects eventually led, in October 2022, to a decision that would define the channel's future. He purchased Château de Chaumont, a severely damaged historical property in western France for approximately €60,000. The château carried historical weight, having sheltered around 200 Jewish children during World War II, and decades later, a devastating fire left it structurally compromised, with missing floors, collapsed roofing, and exposed walls. When Dan arrived, the château was effectively a ruin, but he committed to restoring it largely on his own. He moved onto the site and began documenting every stage of the process, from stabilizing walls and installing beams to rebuilding the roof and adding modern electrical systems. The work was slow, physically demanding, and often repetitive, yet the progress was steady. Dan's content remained authentic, avoiding dramatic editing or scripted narration. Instead, it focused on real-time problem-solving, quiet moments, and the realities of long-term restoration. This approach helped the channel grow organically. As of 2026, Escape to Rural France has over 677,000 subscribers. Before taking on the Château, Dan shared many years with his former partner, Annalise, with whom he has 2 sons. She appeared regularly in earlier content, giving viewers insight into their shared lifestyle. Around 2021, the couple separated privately. Dan chose not to discuss the situation publicly, maintaining a clear boundary between his work and personal life. Both parents have continued to prioritize their children, and their respectful relationship was evident when they appeared together on the Château Diaries in 2024. With his personal life kept private, Dan's focus remains on restoring the château. He supports the project through YouTube ad revenue and occasional sponsorships, along with support from about 4,610 Patreon members, who help fund materials, tools, and repairs, bringing in an estimated €6,014 each month. This combined support has allowed him to continue independently, and his estimated net worth in 2026 ranges between $500,000 and $800,000, largely tied to the château and his online platform. Dan Preston's work stands out because it values time, effort, and realism. The château is still unfinished, but its gradual revival mirrors his own journey, measured, intentional, and grounded. His story is not about quick success, but about commitment, patience, and building something meaningful one step at a time.